Welcome to Book Your Success, the online show for entrepreneurs, by entrepreneurs, about entrepreneurs. This show spotlights authors who have books which provide information, innovation, and inspiration needed by successful entrepreneurs and business professionals. It includes a special focus on how authors use their book to market and build their brand. Let's join host and entrepreneur Anita Paul with today's guest.
Hi everyone, welcome to Book Your Success. I am Anita Paul, as always, your host with WriteYourLife.net. Thanks so much for joining us. And of course, we are live here in the BizLynks studios today. You might recognize this lady right here. This is Pamela Adams Alexander. She is usually at the production desk, but she is in front of the camera today. Unfortunately, our scheduled guest was unable to make it. He had an emergency, and so I know a lot of people were very much excited.
I was looking forward to it.
to talk about his book, but hopefully we can make some arrangements for later. But very happy, of course, to have Pam in the guest chair today.
I'm excited to come from behind the computer and get out front and talk and share.
Talk and share. And you'll find out soon enough what we're going to talk and share about. But first, I want to say hello and thank you very much to our sponsor for the show today, Visual Marketing Mentors. If you are a business, if you have a business and you do trade shows, you do conventions, fairs, conferences, whatever you do, and you need that real snazzy booth that you have set up, plus all the other services and products and stuff you need to make your appearance at a convention amazing and very memorable, you want to make sure to get in touch with visualmarketingmentors.com. That's Ann Keys Spencer, and she is a phenomenal woman. She will hook you up with everything you need for marketing materials to your booth and the whole display, signage, the whole 9 yards. Visualmarketingmentors.com for all of your trade show and convention needs. So, again, here live in the studio at BizLynks.tv with Pamela Alexander. Pam, how long have we been doing this show?
We have been doing this at least 3 years. We're in our third season.
So for all of you folks who are new to Book Your Success, welcome. For those of you who have been watching and following us for a couple of years, we thank so much for sticking with us. You've seen our evolution over time. The show has been a fun evolution. It's evolved. Pam is the chief technology guru, quite frankly, for everything that she's like tops in my list when it comes to technology. Why, Pam? Why did you start BizLynks TV, and how did you get started? What was the need?
Well, as we see things evolving with video, more and more businesses, they really need a way to get their video out there. And before, we had the flip cam, which was a lot of fun, so people could kind of do their own videos and that sort of thing. And now we have it on our cameras and whatnot. But people really still don't have a true kind of method to their videos and a system and how to really use the videos to grow their business. So when we had the BizLink Center, we put a green screen studio there, and we wanted to make it affordable for businesses, because you don't want to go out and buy all this equipment that we have just to do a few of your videos. Yeah. So, we wanted to have a place where businesses could come in and really get the videos that they need, have some interactivity on their website, and really help grow their business, because in the end, we're always about helping the small businesses expose their business more to the world, and that's become our tagline, exposing your business to the world, because that's really what we're all about, in affordable ways that small businesses can do it. And when we thought about starting the studio, then we got the wonderful idea, Al Burrows, who works with us with the Intellectual Exchange Group, and we use his space for the studio now. And with that, I was on a show that he did and said, one day I'm going to do this.
That was your big dream.
Exactly, right? The big dream that we're going to have it. And it started out with one show, and then we were like, let's do a network. We had so many different show ideas and content ideas, and we know so many other people that could really be putting on some great shows. Right. So we decided, let's really do the network, focus on it as a network, and really get these shows out. businesses can really capitalize on the exposure that we've already
Absolutely.
created.
Yeah. So tell us about the exposure, because it has changed a lot
Yes.
since we started the show 3 years ago.
Right,
It was
right.
solely on BizLynks.tv, which was
Right.
awesome. We thought it was
Yeah.
great because we had a reach internationally, quite frankly.
Yep.
But since then, and quite recently, the shows are now available on a couple of other platforms, I guess.
Yes.
Explain that.
Absolutely. So like you said, originally it was just on BizLynks.tv, and you can still, of course, go there for the on-demand episodes. But we wanted to make sure we increase that exposure, take advantage of search engine optimization. So one of the things that we did is we're now putting all of the shows and past shows on our YouTube channel, because that's a great way when you're talking about search engine optimization, and we can kind of get into that a little bit more. But so it's on our YouTube channel. And then we've also created some collaborative partnerships. So one with Intellectual Exchange Group, and then now a new collaborative partnership, HerTube TV Network.
HerTube
HerTube
TV. Tell me about it.
You know, it's a great site. It focuses primarily on women-focused shows.
Okay.
But in several of our shows, we at least have female hosts. A lot of our guests are females as well. So it's great content for that particular audience. But the biggest value for us is not only is it on their website, but they already have a Roku channel.
Fabulous.
And Roku, for those that aren't familiar with Roku,
Because it was new to me. I'm
right.
like, what is Roku?
But it's amazing because over 5 million people own Roku boxes.
Wow.
It's a little box that you add to your TV. So if you've heard of Apple TV, or if you've heard of the new Amazon Fire, so these, and Google is about to do one as well. So these little boxes you can connect to your TV, and you watch internet basically on your own TV set now. People are getting rid of their cable, and they're using accounts like Netflix and Hulu. So our shows actually show up right next to Netflix and Hulu shows.
Wow.
So that really expanded our reach, and we're actually even working on our own channel, because we have a lot of shows that go beyond just women-focused shows. So we'll be having the BizLynks TV network channel out there on Roku as well, and it'll still run simultaneously with the HerTube TV also.
Okay, so let's talk about some of those shows. Of course,
Okay.
all of you are familiar with Book Your Success, which is a show that invites published authors to explain and describe their book, why they wrote it, who the audience is, and how they use it in their business, primarily. But BizLynks TV has other shows. Explain.
Yes.
to
So
us
Book
what
Your
those are.
Success. Our other show, which is our second flagship show, is That's My Biz. So that one, I'm actually the host on that show, and it was so fun because originally I was the host and the person behind the computer. I was doing
And I don't
both
know
at the
how
same
you did
time.
that. I don't. But she's, again, technology guru.
So with that show, what we do is we do 15-minute showcases with businesses. So we're actually able to spotlight businesses, nonprofit organizations, associations, so they can share to the world their products and their services, or whatever their special cause is. So again, with that particular one, it's an advertorial show. It's only $149, which is a steal. The value is up to about $400 to have a 15-minute video done that you can then put on your website, because we provide the embed code for them to be able to run the actual video on their own website, but it still runs on our network and all of our partners as well for that same price. So they get a lot of exposure with That's My Biz. And then we also have a new show called Power Life, and that one's hosted by Edward Williams, and he's an excellent host. He has a great idea with his company, Power Life Group, to really empower individuals and businesses. And so he has a show that supplements that, and he brings on some great guests and really talks about a lot of different topics that are out there, whether it's about growing your business, or whether it's about, he had a guest on that has survived abuse. She survived breast cancer. So he has a lot of wonderful guests on for that as well. And then we got a lot of new shows in the hopper
Excellent.
that are coming on board. We have Let's Talk Nonprofits,
Fabulous.
and that one is going to be focused on nonprofits, really helping them with their strategic planning. We're going to bring on nonprofits to highlight, but also experts in the industry to really talk with the nonprofits about what their issues may be, what's going on in the nonprofit world.
So assisting those nonprofits, guests, and the
guests
audience as
and
well.
exactly
Okay.
providing a lot of great information. So some industry leaders to really talk about, thought leaders talk about what's going on in the nonprofit world. It may be something as simple as we need to go after a grant, so we may
Right.
have a guest that'll come on that talks about how to really obtain a grant and really write for a grant.
Okay.
And then we may have someone that comes on as an industry leader that talks about, once you get the grant, now what?
What do you- yeah.
What do you do? And some are are really even in the startup phase with really setting up their nonprofit.
Okay.
And then we also talk with nonprofits about really treating their nonprofit as a business. We run into so
Absolutely.
many nonprofits.
So operational aspects,
Yes.
marketing, budgeting,
Exactly.
and financials. And
Exactly.
everything.
So that one we're
Excellent.
really excited to get that show. So that'll be coming, and then I will eventually do the Ask the Digital Diva show.
Ask the Digital Diva, because Pam owns that brand.
yes.
Pam owns that brand,
absolutely.
the Digital Diva.
Absolutely. It's been, I'm so busy doing everyone else's shows. I haven't stopped
don't even go
to
there.
really do,
The Cobbler's
that
children,
one.
right?
right. But so many people, ask me a lot of different technology-based
Right.
questions. I do a lot of still classes and workshops on email marketing, constant contact. There's an app for that, helping people select their tablets or their mobile devices, and just linking technology to business growth. So I'm going to bring out the Ask the Digital Diva, bring it back. It used to just be a blog.
Right.
So we're going to bring that back out as a show as well, and just share the tips how people
I'm
write
looking
in their
forward
questions.
to that.
Yes.
Because I'm not a technology guru. I force myself to adopt things, and things are changing so quickly. I'm always wondering, do I really need that? Like,
Right.
You
Right.
talk about stuff I've never even heard of, much
Exactly.
less do I know whether I need it or not. But when I learn of things, particularly for my business, not even just for personal use, but for my business, do I need that? Do I need to incorporate
Exactly.
that? And what's the best way to do
Right,
it?
because so often people, they just go out and get the latest and greatest, and
All right,
they
just
really don't
because it's
necessarily
new.
need it. Right, yeah, and they don't need to make those investments. I always tell people, call me before you go and spend the money to buy it, because it may not be something that
So
you
we
need.
need like a timeline for when that
Yes.
show's going to come out.
Yes. Let's see, this is
Hold our
July.
feet to the fire. Right, we need.
Right, do
Ask
I want
the
to say it
Digital Diva.
on video?
I know we won't put you on the spot.
But
like
we do
that.
we do have plans for that to come out very soon. If not this month, we'll bring it out at least at the beginning of the next month.
Okay, perfect. So there are opportunities then at BizLynks TV for entrepreneurs,
Right.
people who own and nonprofits, obviously, to have their own show,
Right.
and even to come into the studio and do videos. What's the value of that for the show particularly? So
Okay.
if I am, and I am, an entrepreneur, and I'm thinking, well, I've got some things to say. Maybe I'm a coach or a speaker or whatever. I develop new products. What would be the value to me to come in and have my own show?
Right. Well, one of the first things is when you're talking about a good platform to really share your knowledge and your expertise, really set yourself up as an expert in your industry. Doing videos is a great way to do that. When you're talking about content and driving the traffic back to your website, a lot of times people will rely, on their social networks and their profiles out there, but your website should still be your hub, that home base.
Right. Everything should feed
exactly,
into that.
what
right?
you control. So, because, Zuckerberg may just decide, we're done. We're
Right,
not
we're
going to do
done with
Facebook anymore.
All your
So,
contacts, all your
gone.
photos, all that stuff you posted is gone.
Right. But meanwhile, take advantage of those platforms. So when we're looking at posts, for example, on Facebook, more posts that include photos and videos are open. They're open about 40 to 7% more when they include a photo or a video. And look at Facebook. Look at the trend right now.
Exactly.
What do we see when you scroll down? Just video after video, and so much so that now they have the technology where the video actually starts running for you as soon as you pass the video.
Yeah.
And
it
that's
does
because
on my smartphone.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's so important. Using other platforms like Pinterest, you can now put all your videos and actually run the video on Pinterest, and so really the exposure that you can get out for your business. The other piece to it is getting in front of those hard to reach clients. Getting past those gatekeepers. What's better than to call someone and instead of saying, "Oh, I want to call them because I want to do business with them," and you have that gatekeeper that's asking you all these questions and not setting that meeting up for you and really trying to qualify you, versus calling in and say, I would love to have them come on and be a guest on my show and share their expertise.
Because then you're offering something to them.
Exactly.
The visibility play for
Exactly.
them.
So they're walking away with a great video that they're able to use. They're sharing their expertise. You've given them a platform, but now you also have a captive audience when they come in to do your show with you, and you've made that connection with them. You already built that relationship.
I love
So
it.
it's another great
there's
piece.
some things
Yeah.
for y'all to be
Yeah.
thinking about there. And I know there's some folks out there in the chat room want to say hello to all of you and, invite you to ask Pam a question or two about hosting a show or coming into the studio. I also want to say hello. So you probably figure if Pam is here, who's behind the scenes running the show?
Look, ma, no hands.
Yeah, look, ma, no hands. So I want to make sure to say hello to Nash Alexander. Hey, Nash.
Hey, Anita. Great to see you guys.
He is behind the scenes at the production desk.
We did have a comment. Actually,
Okay.
statement came out great to see the two of you together on screen again. Always great.
Oh, fabulous. Well,
We
thanks.
always
Thanks so
have a lot
much.
of fun
We
when
always
we
have
get
fun.
together and
Pam and
do
I
these
go way
shows.
back,
Yeah.
probably almost 10 years
Yeah.
at this point. And I know that because I realized recently that I've actually been in Atlanta for 10 years.
Wow.
The time has flown by. We were talking a couple weeks ago about, am I officially a Georgia Peach?
That's it.
Plum.
Georgia Plum.
Okay. So that's another conversation. But anyway, so Pam and I go back quite a ways. And again, want to say hello to Nash at the production desk and let him know that we probably should take a quick commercial break to give some visibility and exposure to our sponsors. So we'll do that and we'll be right back.
All right.
What happens when soldiers come home? Brene Foundation offers hero support to ensure that our heroes abroad can continue to be heroes at home. We link veterans with organizations who are dedicated to guiding the transition from military hero to civilian hero. If you want to find out how you can support our troops at home, please contact the Brene Foundation or visit brene.com.
If you're running a small business these days, you know it's important to connect with your current customers. If you don't stay in touch, they'll forget why you're special. But not if you use email marketing from ConstantContact.com. Constant Contact is the easy, affordable way to reach your current customers. You can upload your logo, add pictures, and promote specials, even make a coupon. Remind your customers why your small business is special with ConstantContact.com. Prices as low as $15 a month.
All right, welcome back to Book Your Success. Again, I'm Anita Paul with WriteYourLife.net. I'm the author's midwife, as you all should very well know by now. And of course, I am here joined by the technology guru, the digital diva, Pamela Alexander. She is in the studio with me today. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm having
Welcome.
a great
Like
time
she's never
as always.
like not always here anyway. She's in front of the camera today. As a matter of fact, again, our guest had an emergency and was not able to make it, but we're always happy to have Pam in front of the camera. Next to me,
Yeah, we got to think fast, right?
I know.
mean,
Look,
this is live.
we're
so-
on our toes. This is absolutely live. In case you guys thought it really wasn't, we're
Right,
really in here
right.
live. Want to give a shout out and a big hug and gratitude to Visual Marketing Mentors and Keys Spencer. She is phenomenal with developing all of your trade show and convention and conference needs for your booth. All the services, materials, anything that you need to make your presence known at the events where you want to be visual. So make sure you contact her at visualmarketingmentors.com and get yourself set up if you have a conference, a convention, a speaking engagement, any signage that you need, and can hook you up. So visualmarketingmentors.com is our sponsor for the show today. And I want to talk a little bit about maybe go down memory lane.
Okay.
With Pam. Again, as you all know, we've been doing the show for almost 3 years now. This is our third season. And we have had some amazing and very interesting guests on the show.
Yeah.
Of course, this show is by, for, and about authorpreneurs, as we call ourselves. Pam is an author, so am I. We're also entrepreneurs. And people, I think this is a wonderful platform for authors to come on and talk about their books. For people who've worked with me or have heard me talk a lot, or if you follow my blog or my newsletter, you know that marketing is one of the things that a lot of authors just don't think of until the last minute, until they actually get the book in their hand, which to me is not too late, but it's kind of like behind the 8 ball, quite frankly. You should be thinking about marketing your book well in advance of your book actually launching and hitting the shelves. And a show like Book Your Success is a phenomenal opportunity to really get the word out about your book. You get a chance to be interviewed by yours truly. You get to talk about the concepts in your book, the knowledge that you're sharing, the expertise that you have. You talk about who your book was written for, which would be what I consider your ideal reader, or what others would say is your target audience. And then obviously you get the opportunity to upload this show on your own website, shoot it out to your subscribers and to your fans and followers and connections on social networks, so that you then enhance your visibility and your reach to the audiences that you want to connect with. So we've had a lot of people, and a lot of our authors have been nonfiction. So they're talking about their expertise, the things that they know
Right.
about.
Right.
What are some who stand out?
You
for
know, well, I really go back to the very beginning when we were really just figuring all this out and think of some of the shows. I think one of our early shows we had Levon Lewis
Yes.
on with Pencilwork
Oh, yeah.
Design Group, and the Wow Image, I believe, is the name of his book.
Yes.
But you know, that was just an excellent show by itself because he had so much information about branding and all of that. But the funny part was all the behind the scenes because we were still figuring out the technology.
goodness.
So I think we had that show in a few parts.
We had I think we had 3 parts.
We did.
to
I
that
think
show.
maybe I eventually edited them all into one. I'm not sure. But that was interesting. Bonnie Danaker,
Yes,
we've had
yes,
on. She's
Bonnie
a great
was
one of
great.
our early guests.
And I
as
think
well.
we're going to have Bonnie coming up
Yes.
again. She has another book
book.
coming out, so look for her. I think in the fall she'll be with us.
Yep.
Yes.
And by now, really, we should be going back to some of the original ones because they should
have
be
written
working on their next books. Exactly. I can't talk, but
I know,
I'm
right?
working on my next book.
Okay, so Pam, tell us about your. Yeah, we know she's got another one coming out.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we've had Vanessa Lowry, of course. We've
Absolutely.
she's done a couple of collaborative books,
Yes.
as well, and she's been an excellent guest. And I'll tell you, really, Anita, all the guests have really been great. Even the ones, a lot of the topics are about business, but we've had a lot of other. You know, we had novelists on,
Right.
2 novelists on, I believe, Renaissance Aspirin. We had on.
Yes, yes.
We had our young entrepreneur. On.
Absolutely. Yes, Deontay
Yeah.
McIntosh
Yes.
was here.
So we've had some good
We've
guests.
actually even
great
had
books.
a children's book author on, Sharon
right.
Shields, and she was actually nominated for Author of the Year,
Yeah.
Georgia Author of the Year. She
Yeah.
was on talking about her wonderfully inspiring book called
Right.
The Wisdom of Dr. Souls, and she
Right,
was on
right.
talking about that and how she inspires young people to know their purpose and learn their purpose.
And we can't not forget Michael Henderson.
Michael Henderson, who actually is the author of Got Proof, My
Yes.
Genealogical Journey Through the Use of Documentation. He actually was just recently awarded the 50th, finalist in the 50th Georgia Author of the Year Award. So congratulations to
Absolutely.
you, Michael. We're very
Congratulations,
excited and
Michael.
pleased that we actually had him on the show before. He made it big. So that was
That's right.
amazing.
That's right.
I actually also remember a show that we had, and you're going to have to help me with his name. Jesus. He was the CPA.
Smith, Ainsley Smith.
Oh,
yes,
my
yes.
goodness.
Jesus don't work for the IRS.
Jesus don't work for the IRS.
Yes.
He cracked me up with that
Excellent
show.
book.
But I loved the
Yes.
book. Very unique approach to dealing with financial topics and taxes and all of that kind
Yep.
of stuff. It was really quite
The
entertaining.
way
to
he
have
put it
him.
together, because it had a lot of colloquial language in
Oh
it.
man, it was like
and-
street all the way.
Yes,
Some, in
it was
some
fun.
parts, but it was
Yeah.
it was all very true. He gave
Yeah.
us a little bit of history about money and finances, and I really enjoyed having him
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah,
so
it was a lot of fun. That was a good show.
that was a great
One of
show.
my favorite.
Oh,
one of my
Nash
favorite.
says I have a favorite too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nash.
The historian.
The historian. Who was the historian?
Oh my goodness.
It was some
She talked
country.
about.
Oh wow, she was talking about
We just
Russian
talked to her,
history,
too.
right? I think it was
Yes.
Russian history.
Yes. Okay. You all
She
go
was
back
amazing.
through
Yes,
our
you have to go
playlist.
flip back, go to bizlinks.tv.
That was a good one.
and
He
go
was
back.
engrossed.
He was totally engrossed.
He was engrossed in that one.
I mean, we
so.
stayed in the studio for
Oh
probably
my
an hour
gosh.
after Nash was like asking her all kinds of questions.
This is why I have the iPad in front
We
of
have
me,
quite
so
a
I can
variety.
go back and look at
We
this
have
and
quite a
tell you.
variety. And that's the neat thing about
Yes.
about experts and authors. They have a breadth of knowledge and interests and information to share. So probably anything that you're interested in, I totally am so sure that
And
you
in between,
can
we can't
find.
forget that we've now started adding Ask the Author's Midwife.
Oh my goodness!
where
Ask the
Anita
Author's
comes
Midwife.
on.
Ask Anita, where you
So-
all so kindly send me these
Yes.
wonderful questions via the social networks and also through my newsletter and asking me all these wonderful questions that I get all the time, and I'm more than happy to answer them about publishing, about writing a book. How does it work? How do I market my book? So that's always fun.
Yes, absolutely. And we enjoyed it. And a lot of people send in a lot of questions. We also want to mention, be sure to come in on the chat room, ask your questions of the guests that we have. That's
Right.
always excellent as well. But engage. That's what we want people
We
to
do
do.
want you to
Yeah.
engage during the show and also after the show. We purposely provide the contact information for our guests, typically their website and obviously how you can order the book. Make sure you follow up with them. If they're talking about a topic that you're interested in, be sure to order their book on Amazon or on their website, and then follow up with them via email or otherwise. Connect with them on their social networks and let them know that you heard about them on Book Your Success, because we want to make sure that our guests know that this program actually works for them. It does help to enhance their reach and their exposure to their target audiences. I'll let you know also, and Pamela already knows, that my company, The Right Image, is actually producing and publishing a collaborative book. And we're going to have some of the guests on as we get the book going. It is set to launch in September 2014, so we're excited about that. We have 6 wonderful female entrepreneur authors participating in this book. Building a Business, Building a Life. Incredible stories of women entrepreneurs. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to have several of the co-authors here as guests on Book Your Success, and we're going to be talking about how we put this book together. Everybody contributed a chapter. We also have a section in the book called Tales from the Tightrope. Tales from the Tightrope. And we're talking about how women entrepreneurs often walk that tightrope, you know, with this whole idea of balance that we talk about, work-life balance. How are you, you know, managing your home life, your business life, and everything else you have to do in life. And still managing to maintain your sanity and be successful. And we have over 20 women from all over. We've got entries from Jamaica, from Australia. You probably don't even know this. From the UK. And of course from several states across the United States who have contributed their stories as women entrepreneurs, what it's like to start a business, to run a business, to grow it. Some even have sold their companies, to, you know, grown it to the point that they can sell it. And they're telling these stories mostly to inspire other women entrepreneurs that you can do it too, and you can manage that tightrope. So it's exciting. And of course, Pamela has a story in her Tales from the Tightrope. So that book is Building a Business, Building a Life. Incredible stories of women entrepreneurs. Be sure to subscribe to my e-zine at writeyourlife.net. And we will keep you posted on when the book launches. And of course, stay tuned at BizLynks.tv for when those co-authors will be guests on the show.
And I'll throw into Anita's e-zine. Wonderful information, always great articles in there. So you definitely should make sure that you join Anita's mailing list, because I enjoy it every time. You know, one of the articles comes in. She has some guest authors that come in and write articles as well sometimes. But it's always really timely and good information is out there. So you all want to make sure. I mean, really being a part of this show. I mean, you all are missing out if you don't share this with other people. I must say, because you know the network that we've been able to create, the network of authors. If you know other local authors, you know, where else can you get this level of exposure? You got a product, you got a book, you know, you want to get it out there. And so many authors, they want to stay behind kind of the desk and the pencil,
the writing desk.
Right.
I'll just stay here.
But you've got to get out there, especially if you're going to sell the product. And like you said, really writing the book, even though it can be challenging to us, it feels challenging. That's the easy part. You've got to get out there and promote and market that book. And you just shared before that, you know, the publishing companies, that's not really their job. You got to do it yourself. You got to take advantage of all the technology and all the ways that you can expose your business. So, you know, what's better than to have a ready-made video where people can learn about your book by watching this interview? So, you know, I really encourage you all to take advantage of it. And if you know local authors, to let them know about Book Your Success. On the website, you'll see the link for how to be a guest, to submit your information to be a guest. We actually have a literary team that reviews the books. We don't just take any old book now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
we are looking for quality. You know, being a guest on the show really suggests our third-party endorsement. And so we really are looking for quality books that are well put together. Obviously, they need to look good. They need to read well. They need to have a clear target audience and have obviously professional editing and production involved in that. So if you do know, or if you are an author, or even if you know of someone who is, then be sure to click the links on our website on bizlinks.tv and take a look at what our process is, download that submission form and submit that with that information.
And I'll tell you.
And it's free for now to be on the show.
Yes. Where can we find Anita's e-zine again?
Oh, you can find Anita's e-zine at www.writeyourlife.net. And of course, it's like you write your book, writeyourlife.net. BizLynks.net. And it's free to sign up. It comes out every week, as a matter of fact. We don't bombard you, but it's very useful information
Yes.
on a weekly basis every Wednesday. And I want to say thank you very, very much to my assistant and design guru, Debbie Kerr with Plan B. She is phenomenal at getting the Book Your Success easing out on time every week with excellent content, and it looks phenomenal. So thanks, Debbie, for that. And I'm sure that people enjoy it. We get a lot of good feedback,
Yeah,
positive
absolutely,
feedback from
absolutely.
our subscribers.
It's
So
wonderful.
it's free. Join in. We want to help people get smart about writing and publishing.
And like we mentioned in writing a book, one, it just creates the what's the word I'm looking for? Not validity, credibility.
Credibility,
for
yes.
you as a business to write a book and to have a book out there. So that's definitely something
Mm-hmm.
that's really important. That everyone has a book in them.
Right.
Whether it's that personal book. I went to a conference one time, and what we learned too was write the money book first.
Write the money book
first, the one that ties to your business, that helps you get
That's
in
right.
those doors. It's just like having a TV show. Also, even having a book helps you get in a lot of doors.
It does.
So doing that, and we're all about just helping you get that exposure. And I want to throw in, so I don't forget, all the advertising opportunities that we have as well.
Yes, tell us about
so
that.
for businesses, so even if you don't have a book yet, if you do have a book, you should be advertising on Book Your Success, of course. But even for other businesses, it's a great opportunity. We have network sponsors, we have episode sponsors, show sponsors. So we have very affordable pricing for all of the different level sponsors. You can have your commercial run. We can actually work with you, again, very affordably, get a commercial done for your business, but run a commercial on our shows. And again, that allows you to take advantage of the vast audience that we have created. And like I mentioned, we stopped one the other day and really looked at, okay, what's our reach again? Because we know the reach with Roku, but once we started looking at all the other places that we share our shows and promote our shows between, our social media, our YouTube, our Facebook, our Twitter. We even put the shows on Pinterest as well. We want to meet the people where they are, and these are the people that are audience you are trying to get your business in front of. I think last count it was about 35 million, something like that. When you really
is
look at
quite
the
a reach.
full reach.
So remember, this is
have.
internet TV. This
Exactly.
is it's live. We have streaming on demand. It's amazing. This is the World Wide Web.
Yeah, and we make sure that we promote the show, so you're not doing all the work yourself. So if you're hosting your own show, you're not doing it all yourself. We work with you, and everyone, it's not as hard as you might think it is. It's actually a lot of fun.
Right.
It's a conversation during the video, and we work with you and really help you get comfortable with being in front of the camera. So we'd love to get together with you and help you do that as well.
So who do they contact?
You can contact myself. You can reach me at producer@bizlinks.tv. If you're interested in the advertising and the sponsorship opportunities, you can contact our sales team, and that's programs@bizlinks.tv. So programs@bizlinks.tv or producer@bizlinks.tv, or just go to the website, bizlinks.tv, and you'll see the contact page, and you can reach out to us there as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity for entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
for small businesses, mid-sized, larger
Absolutely.
companies as well. I just want to say once again, hey to everybody in the chat room. Nash, we have any more questions?
No more questions.
No more questions
Seems like
for
they're
now.
just out there listening.
They're just
enjoying
listening.
it.
We
Just-
always have lurkers.
I know, right? People are like peeping around, but that's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. Well, we
Yeah.
hope you all join us again
Absolutely.
for Book Your Success. We've got a fantastic lineup of authors throughout this summer as well as into the fall. And so just join us every first and third Tuesday at bizlinks.tv, plus everywhere else we are.
That's right. That's right.
And be sure to connect with us. Connect with Pamela Alexander and Anita Paul on Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, Just search for us. You'll find us. And we'll see you here next time on Book Your Success.
Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed again in archives on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are an entrepreneur and would like to appear on the program to discuss your book and share how you utilize it to enhance your business platform, submit an inquiry to Book Your Success at bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at www.bizlinks.tv.